good morning everyone. Today let us study about a new and interesting chapter of your second PU, that is chapter 11 called Biotechnology Principle and the Process. So it is a one of the important chapter of your second PUC, and most of the time they may ask some questions in these lessons too, right? So now moving on to the that is chapter 11 called Biotechnology Principle and the Process. I think all of us know, as we all know, that now science and technology has improved to a greater extent, and at the same time, the products that have been developed for the benefit of humankind also. So you can see, you can assume that gone are those days where we had a concept that we need to sow a seed to get a plant, but now with the improved improvement of the in the science and the technology, particularly that is biotechnology, we are able to grow a plant. Taking a cell from any part of the plant body, and we can grow into a new plant. So, and that is what we call as what tissue culture, so which is applied in the field of biotechnology. So imagine the benefit that we are deriving from the improved technology in science, particularly in the field of biotechnology. So this is such a very and interesting chapter. So which we will get to know what are the benefits that human beings are deriving from this useful concept called as biotechnology. Now let us understand the very word itself, which will tells the biotechnology. So what do you mean by biotechnology? As we know that bio means what? Living. So technology means what? Technology means it is applying the techniques to the biological or the living cell or the natural organisms to derive the what? Products, to derive the products from them. So that is nothing but biotechnology, and it is very useful to for whom? For a human mankind. So now let us understand the definition of this word called as biotechnology, and how this very important concept called biotechnology came into existence. We will all study all those things. What is the definition, how it is came to existence, and all, and what is the definition of this biotechnology too. So what is biotechnology? So it is a technology in which microorganisms, it might be microbes, or it might be a cell, or it may be a tissue, or it may be an organ of a desired plants and the animals are employed to produce a desired products for the welfare of the mankind. See how beautiful the word biotechnology is defined, right? So what is this a correct? So that is for any tissues or any plant cells or the animal cells of any organ where we can get a means where we are employed and will produce whatever the desired products what we want. So that is nothing but biotechnology, and it is very welfare and it is very benefited to this human mankind. See how this biotechnology is defined. So what is this the correct definitions of biotechnology? It is a technology in which microorganisms, isolated cells, tissues and organs of a desired plants and the animals are employed to produce the desired products for the welfare of the mankind. I repeat, biotechnology is the technology in which microorganisms, isolated cells, tissues and organs of the desired plants and the animals are employed to produce desired products for the welfare of the mankind, right? So I think you can grow a plant, right? So we can grow a plant in a lab and it put into on the land. So you can assume that now you want to grow a plant. You can grow in the plant in a lab condition, and then it can be put into the soil. So we can call it has the lab land. So growing a plant in a lab and put it in the soil, something, it is a very new technology. So we had a and we, as we know that we had a very old concept is what. So we had thought that it is like we are doing like this and all. So we need to sow a seed to get a plant. So it is a old concept, right? But here you can grow a plant in a lab, then it is put it onto the land for a further growth. So that is a what we call as a new technology. That is nothing but what? Biotechnology. And the term biotechnology was coined by a scientist called Carl Herke. So the term biotechnology was coined by Carl Herke, who was the scientist who coined this the term biotechnology. So it was a Carl Herke. So what was the other definition according to EFB? How this biotechnology can be defined according to this EFB. So what is this EFB? That is European Federation of Biotechnology. So according to this European Federation of Biotechnology can be defined as, or we can say that according to them, that is according to EFBI, the biotechnology, the definition of biotechnology, it is defined as, that is according to EFB, the biotechnology is the integration of natural science and organisms, cells, parts, so thereof, and the molecular analogues for the products and the service. So that is how they have defined it. That so according to EFB, biotechnology is the integration of natural science and organisms, cells, parts thereof, and molecular analog for our products and the services. So you can either define biotechnology that or this according to EFB, right? So according to EFB, the biotechnology is the integration of the natural science and the organism, cells, parts, so thereof, and the molecular analogues for products and the services, right? So now moving on to the what are all the uses, what are the benefits of this biotechnology. The uses of this biotechnology. Hope you got to know the word biotechnology. The term biotechnology was coined by Carl Herke, right? So uses of biotechnology. What is the uses of biotechnology? So we are derive a good number of benefits, as we know that we derive the good number of benefits or products from the technology. So what is applied to the biological organism? So that is called as what? Biotechnology. So what are the uses of this biotechnology? Here you can see that with the biotechnological process, what are the benefits, what are the products we are deriving. So in the field of microbiology, in the quality control, biochemistry, pharmaceutical company, so we are coming up, for example, you can see that at this time, right, we are facing, so where we all facing a coronavirus pandemic. So we are all waiting for a vaccines to be developed against the coronavirus. So that is what technology is applied to produce a drug or a medicine against this coronavirus. So that is through what? Through a pharmaceutical companies, right? So or the drugs manufacturers or a medicine manufacturers. So that is how they are using the biotechnology for the production of the medicines or the drugs. And in the animal science, so we can produce the animals of a desired genes. Like for example, we have this transgenic animals, transgenic plants. They are genetically modified organ, maybe a plant or the animals. Then the that is how we are desired genes of that animals we are getting. That means whatever we desire to that particular genes has been produced. Right now in the environmental science, I think we applying the process of biotechnology to protect and conserve the environmental various aspect, right? So what are the environmental issues we are facing, to protect or conserve, we are using this biotechnology. Then in a medical science, so yes, of course, you can see now, if a woman, if she want to conceive, that means if she want to conceive or if she want to have a baby, she can plan her child. So what way her baby should be, whether it should be have a blue eyes or it should be have a curly hair, straight hair. So that is what we technologies now. So you can manipulate the gene, or you can alter the gene structure of your desired. So that is what being done, and it is applied in the field of medical science, even in the clinical research. Now, so now technology have been advanced. For example, like for a coronavirus a test, they have come across with a lot and lot of higher technologies to identify the virus, right? So this is what we call it as a clinical technology. And in pathology, either to identify of the disease, identify the diseases of the plant or the animal. It may be a plant pathology or it may be the animal pathology. So biotechnology concept have been applied. So in toxicology, so in avoiding toxic substances, what are the methodologies or implementation to overcome these toxic substances, maybe in the plants and the animals. So the technology, that is what is applied here in the toxicology too. So in forensic science, yes, of course, all of us know, we have come across what we call it as a DNA test, right? So whenever there is a dispute between the parentage or maybe the murder, so there has been taken a place, that is murder has been taken in a particular place, right? So to identify the culprit, the DNA test is very very important. So even it has come to the rescue of the people who are victims, maybe the rape victims or even the murder victim. So definitely the forensic department is applying the modern techniques to come out with the with this what we call as that is doing the DNA test. So we need to we need to improvise the that means the DNA technology has been improved by through biotechnology. In the forensic department, as I told, in the victim's case, if they want to identify, so they are going to identify the particular victim with the suitable solutions also they will provide. So in forensic science and the biostatistics, also all these are the different fields that biotechnology has been applied. So it is having a good number of benefits or the uses of the human mankind or the welfare of the human mankind. So as I said, biotechnology is used to make the products like as I told. So we can use the products like just like a curds, bread, wine, etc. I think all of us know good old days wine and beer were done in a crude method, right? So where they used to dump the grapes into a barrel and put it in the underground. Like they used to make a deeper pits and put the barrels in them, and then these crude method of making a wine and beer, right? It is a very crude method where it is used in the good old days, right? But now So with the advancement in the field of biotechnology, the technology, as I told, the technology has improved so much that all the crude methods need not be applied for the production of wine and the beer and even the curd also, and even the milk product also. Then it is used to develop a test tube plant. As I said, even you can produce a plant in a test tube by the process of biotechnology by using what we call as in vitro fertilization, right? And then it is used to synthesize a gene and used to replace the defective gene, right? So that is what technology now. For example, if a person who is having a disease, pancreas, like pancreas is not working, so that so they take the gene from the healthy person and it is introduced to the diseased person, so that what will happen, the diseased person pancreas will start working. So that is what we call the gene therapy. So by altering the gene structure also, we can also solve the defects, right? And then it is used to develop DNA vaccine to correct a defective gene. So there is as I told, there is a good number of uses of biotechnology. Like we have a biotechnology news in the field of pharmaceutical industry, microbiology department, animal science, environmental science, medical science, clinical research, etc., etc., right? So this biotechnology is used to make the products, like as I told, curd, bread, wine, etc., and also it is used to develop a test tube by using the in vitro fertilization, and it is used to synthesize a gene and used to replace the defective gene, and it also used in to develop the DNA vaccine to correct the defective gene. So these are the uses. Now what are the core techniques of biotechnology? So hope you got to understand what are the uses and how this biotechnology has been involved in a different fields, right? Now what is this biotechnology? What are the main core techniques of this biotechnology? What are the core techniques of this biotechnology? So there are two very important core techniques of biotechnology. One is genetic engineering and the second one is maintenance of sterile environment. One is genetic engineering and second one maintenance of sterile environment. Sterile environment, which we called also aseptic condition, which we call as aseptic condition. So these are the two very important core techniques of the biotechnology. One is genetic engineering and the second one is the maintenance of the sterile environment. It is very important. So allow only the desired genes to grow or the microbes to go, avoid the unnecessary genes or the microbes. So that is what the maintenance of sterile environment. So that means, as I told, sterile means aseptic condition. So as I told, what are the two core techniques, very important core techniques of biotechnology? Genetic engineering and the maintenance of sterile environment. So what is this genetic engineering? So it is nothing but manipulating. So genetic engineering is nothing but we are going to manipulate the gene, or we can alteration the gene structure. So you can say that you can play with the genes. You can alter the gene structure whatever manner we want, and we want to produce the desired genes. So in whatever, in any manner, if you want to alter whatever the genes, if you want in that particular desired genes, we will be producers. So that we can, as I told, we can play with the genes. So that is what we call as what? Genetic engineering. And maintenance of sterile environment. Second is the maintenance of the sterile environment. So these are the two core techniques and also the benefits that we are getting from this biotechnology. Now let us move on to the in the particular, that is the core techniques That is genetic engineering, the maintenance of sterile environment. How they are this play an important role. So what is the genetic engineering particularly? So you have seen the picture of DNA molecules, right? So what is it? You can alter the base pair sequence of a DNA structure. So what you will do? You are going to alter the base pair of DNA molecule or a sequence. So you are going to alter the base pair of a DNA structure. Understood. So what is genetic engineering? It is a technique of changing the phenotype of an organism by altering the genetic material. Genetic material, it may be DNA or the RNA. So or we can also say that it is a technique used to alter the chemistry of genetic material, that is DNA and RNA, and it has introduced these into the host organism and thus change the phenotype of the host organism. So that we are going to change the genetic materials. That means we are going to alter the genetic material and we are producing whatever the desired genes what we want. Right? That is nothing but genetic engineering. So what is the, as I told, that is the technology now. So how much science has, science and technologies advanced means. So to the core it has been advanced, right? And at the same time these benefits of this technology should be used for the better purpose. Now, that is, as I told, it is used for the better purpose, not for the illegal things, right? The biotechnology has to be used for the better purpose and not for the exploitation, right? So for example, if you have come across this technology is applied, like as I said, a woman before she become a pregnant, she can plan her child like how she wants a baby to be, whether she wants her baby with a fair skin or a normal skin or a blue eyes or a brown eye or curly hair, straight nose, like that. So she can plan her baby. So that is what technology is. She can, or like she can change the gene structure of her desired. So that is what we call as what genetic engineering. So you can alter, you can alter, we can play with the genes how we want and we can produce how we desire. So next is the maintenance of the sterile environment. So you can apply with the water. What is this manipulation? You can play with the genes, as I said, you can play with the genes. What is what we call as what genetic engineering? So as I told, we are going to manipulate or we are going to alter the genes. So what is genetic engineering? It is a technique. It is a technique where we are going to produce our desired genes, right, by altering the genetic material, that is DNA or the RNA. That is nothing but genetic engineering. Now moving on to the next is maintenance of sterile environment, that is microbial contamination free. So you should see that, I think for example, we go for the tissue culture, the nutrient medium that is taken to grow the microorganism, they should be free of contamination. So all the, as I told, the contamination, whatever the unwanted things should be removed. That means unwanted things should be free of those things. It has not to be contaminated. It should be contaminated free. So all the process should be done. So whatever the process is going to be done, it is should be in a what, aseptic condition. So it should be in a sterile condition. So or we use the word called as what, sterile condition or the sterile environment. So it is the ambient chemical engineering process used to enable the growth of only the desired microbe or eukaryotic cell in a large quantities, right? So what is this maintenance of sterile environment? It is an ambient environment. Ambient means it is a good environment, it's a good condition. So it is an ambient chemical engineering process used to enable the growth of only the desired microbe or the eukaryotic cell in a large quantities. So not the that is, as I told, contamination free. So not the unwanted one microorganisms. Right, the unwanted microorganism should be removed. So we are not growing the unwanted one, that is microorganism, that is unwanted microorganisms we are not at all growing in this condition. So the person called as Herbert Boyer and the Stanley Cohen, Herbert Boyer, Stanley Cohen. So Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen, who have discovered the very important technology or the biotechnology that we call as recombinant DNA technology. These two persons have discovered the recombinant DNA technology. Right, Herbert Boyer and the Stanley Cohen, who have discovered the very important technology called as recombinant DNA technology. So, or we can use in the short form, that is rDNA. R means, R is the stand for what? Recombinant DNA technology. So first very important things is genetic engineering, and second one is the maintenance of the sterile environment. So what is this maintenance of sterile environment? It is the ambient chemical engineering process used to enable the growth of the only desired microbe or the eukaryotic cells in a large quantity. So whichever the microbe you want, you can grow that. That means you can grow that particular microbe only in the nutrient, in that particular nutrient medium, not the unwanted one or even the eukaryotic cells in a large quantity. So Herbert Boyer and the Stanley Cohen have discovered the recombinant DNA technology, that is the rDNA technology. So which is wide application and it is of more benefit to humankind. So these great scientists and whatever the credit is goes to these great scientists called as Herbert Boyer and the Stanley Cohen, which have discovered the recombinant DNA technology, right? And then moving on to you have heard about Salmonella typhimurium and the Escherichia E. coli bacteria. So Salmonella typhimurium and Escherichia E. coli bacteria was discovered by Herbert Boyer and the Stanley Cohen. So you can see the Salmonella typhimurium and E. coli, Escherichia E. coli in the pictures, right? So this Salmonella typhimurium and these are the common bacteria which is called as E. coli bacteria are discovered by this Herbert Boyer and the Stanley Cohen. So Salmonella typhimurium bacteria, it is used to provide a plasmid which act as a vector. We can use the word Salmonella tymphi. You can use, it is a Salmonella typhimurium. So it is used as a vector. So it is provide a plasmid. Plasmid, when we use a word called plasmid, it is a circular DNA. Plasmid is a circular DNA of a bacteria which is called as plasmid, and it is used as a what? Vector. Salmonella typhimurium, right? So and the E. coli bacteria, it is used as a host cell for introducing the recombinant DNA. So here the Salmonella typhimurium used as a vector, as a plasmid, whereas E. coli is used as the host cell for introducing the recombinant DNA. So this is how this bacteria and recombinant DNA technology was discovered by Herbert Boyer and the Stanley Cohen. So Salmonella typhimurium and E. coli bacteria was discovered by Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen, and the Salmonella tymphi, as I said, it is used as a vector, and the E. coli bacteria, it is used as a host for introducing the recombinant DNA. And what are the three very important techniques which is involved in genetic engineering? So there are very important steps which is involved in this genetic engineering. So there are the three very important techniques are involved in this genetic engineering. First one is creation of recombinant DNA. So creation of recombinant DNA, and second is the uses of gene cloning. And third one is gene transfer. Gene transfer. So these are the very important techniques which is involved in the genetic engineering. That is the creation of recombinant DNA, uses of gene cloning and the gene transfer. So what is this genetic engineering? As I told, it is a manipulation of a gene, or we are going to alter the genes, right? Now moving on to the next is recombinant DNA. So what is this recombinant DNA? As I said, creation of recombinant DNA, and it is a what? It is the first step involved in the genetic engineering. What is it? It is a hybrid DNA or a mixed DNA which is produced by linking the foreign DNA into the plasmid DNA, right? So what is this recombinant DNA? It is nothing but it is a hybrid hybrid DNA, that is mixed DNA, which is produced by a linking, a foreign DNA into the plasmid DNA, right? The foreign DNA means that is E. coli bacteria which is used as a host cell, and that is called as what? Recombinant DNA. Now what are the base? So these are the things. What are the next? Moving on to the what are the basic steps which is involved in the recombinant DNA technology? So what are the basic steps which is involved in this recombinant DNA technology? So you please do refer the diagram in your textbook and the notes. That is in the page number 197. That is figure 1112. So that is 112. So the basic steps which is involved in this recombinant DNA technology, it is first one, the identification of DNA with the desirable genes. So we are going to identify the desired genes, the identification of a DNA with the desirable genes. That is a very toughest job, I think so. So we can say that identifying the desirable gene is a very important step. So next is introducing the identified DNA into the host. So that is, we are going to introduce the identified DNA, that is desired DNA, into the host cell. Then third one is the maintenance of introduced DNA in the host and transfer to the DNA into its progeny. So these are the three basic steps. One is what? So identification of DNA with the desirable gene. Then what we are going? Then we are going to introduce the identified DNA into the host. Then we are going to maintain the introduced DNA into the host, and then we are going to transfer that DNA to its progeny. So these are the three basic steps which is involved in the recombinant DNA technology. As I told, this is a very important point they will ask in your exam. Now let us understand the origin of replication. You can also call as ORI. Right. So now let us understand the origin of replication. As I told, you can use a word called ORI. Right. So it is a specific DNA sequence in chromosome responsible for the initiating replication. So the specific DNA sequence, it is a specific DNA sequence where in the chromosome, which is responsible for what? It is responsible for the initiating the replication, right? So now let us understand, as I said, some terms and technologies are used in this particular lesson. We are going to understand one by one. That is origin of replication. As I said, it is a specific DNA sequence in chromosome which is responsible for the initiating the replication. Now, what is gene cloning? Gene cloning means what? So what is gene cloning? What is this gene cloning means? Making the exact copy of like a original gene. So it is a process of making a multiple or the identical copies of a template gene. So what do you mean by template DNA? That is the original DNA. Just like how we take the Xerox copy. So when we go for a Xerox, we will get a same, that is which is same exact copy of the original one, right? So in that similar way, we can take a multiple copies of that original one, right? So we are getting a similar way. So all the this is also known, that is a as I told, it is a, just like a similar way. So what is this gene cloning? It is a process of making the multiple or the identical copies of a template DNA. Right, so that is nothing but gene cloning. So hope you understand what are all those things in this particular lesson called biotechnology, the principle and the process. In coming classes, we will get into the what are all the things here which is coming under this lesson. Understood?